Yes, good morning, class. Welcome back to the 119 Million New Millionaire Academy. This is session 5. So before I'm going through the session 5, I would like to give a little bit, update with the session 4. So as you see, number 3, 5 kingdom concept of wealth. Wealth in the kingdom is the personal property of the king. So in my devotion, when I'm take myself alone only with God, and then God just tell me why He just put this number 3, wealth in the kingdom is the personal property of the king. It's mean God is what I'm saying is God the ownership and you are stewardship. Yes, God is in control, but still we are in charge. And then God said, God just give the reason why. The reason why is there is a philosophy. Crime, the crime is only crime possibly happen when ownership is appeared. Okay, once again, crime, the bad things, the bad things happen possibly happen when ownership is appeared. So as long as ownership didn't appear, the possibility of crime or bad things not gonna be happen. That's why God put number 3, wealth in the kingdom, personal property of the king. And then what I'm saying is I'd like to finish this because God just talked to me a lot and He telling me, so since this is the principle, everything is God, ownership. So whatever you have right now, whatever business you have, or you're still in the transition from employee to deploy, so whatever you have, just thank God. Okay, God will give you more. When there's a God will whatever it is, right? So what I'm saying is, just be still. God's working with you to become a millionaire or multi-millionaire right now. So whatever you have, just thank God and just do with enjoy your part, enjoy your where you work. If you still employee, it's okay, because you still transition to be deployed. You have your own business. So with this number 3, wealth is the personal property of the king. It's gonna be help with your mortgage. It's gonna be help with your lifestyle. You want to buy a big house and then supposedly you not afford to pay the mortgage and you end up with foreclosure. If you know this principle is everything is God, so you don't have to force yourself to buy a big house, so to speak, right? Just what I'm saying, just buy what you afford, and then when there is the time, God will supply His resources to you to become deployed or become a millionaire. So or multi-millionaire. That's this class teaching, or this class is all about. I think this pretty much I want to share or remind the session number 4. So if you want to see what the classes you have it from this May, June, July, this is the class. The session 4 is Kingdom Concept of Wealth. That's we already learned last week, and then now we're going to planning. After planning, we're going to solve problem, make wealthy, and then Number 7, session 7, you are not experiment. Session number 8, stop imitating. Session number 9 is irresponsibility. Session number 10, have plan ABC. Session number 11, give meaning to your life. Session 12, tithing. Session 13, law, learn life. Session 14, kingdom, religion, God impact. And session 15, the key to living your future. I think session number 15 is already on the YouTube. You can just type in the YouTube session 15, 119 million new millionaire academy. It's going to become up. The I'm saying is the lesson number 15, session 15. Well, this morning is supposed to be, I'm supposed to be recording this on Sunday, but I'll try to forward. Today is Wednesday, so I just try to forward to finish in the Wednesday, so I can do something else on Sunday. So let's come back to the subject, okay, to the lesson. So today's session, the subject is planning. The third principle that you must have to be successful is the principle that I call planning. And what to say planning? You can say planning, and then you can say it louder, right? I've seen people live, they don't have a plan. And I was talking with a young lady yesterday who was driving, and I said to her, what is your vision in this life? And she said, I know you're gonna ask me that, but she said, you know, I don't have one. So she don't have one. She don't have any plan. I know you are gonna ask me, said. I said, well, you are really only existing. So if you don't have plan in this life, I would like to say you are breathing, but you're not really alive. Or you are alive. You are here, but you are really not existing, right? You are living, but you're not really existing. You're breathing, but you're not really alive. That's what happened. People have no plan in their life, so to speak. So I would like to say this. And if you open the Proverbs 16, gonna say this. Proverbs 16 is very interesting passage, and it say in the first one, the heart of man writes down his plan, but God gives the reply of the tongue. To man belongs the plan of the heart. From the Lord come the reply of the tongue. Please underline that verse. It's a very important verse. It says, God has left it up to you to put the plan down on paper. But how it's going to be done? He said, He'll answer that one. He said, whatever you are dreaming, put it on paper. Whatever you put in your heart, write it down. Whatever you see in your vision, put it on paper. No matter how big it is, that's mean if you begin to dream of yourself owning a hotel, he said, write it down. And describe the rooms, describe the parking lot, put it down on the planning, write it down. And he said, don't worry about the 10 million to build it. You see, what we do is we try to do God's job. We try to explain how you were gonna pay for it. He said no. Leading the reply to me. Leave the explanation to me. You write the plan on paper. You are saying, I've learned something. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Planning is a command of God. Look at the verse 9, same chapter. It says, in his heart a man plans his course, but the Lord determines the step of that plan. What's the plan on paper? Human who determines the steps of it. God, which means God will direct your step. If you have a plan, if you don't have a plan, God has nothing to direct. That's why you live from day to day till it's opposed. However, the cookie crumbles, but you have to wait a month flops. People's lives have no direction, no sense of system, no sense of direction, and no scheme to it. This just kind of flow from place to place, job to job, and just bank from things and from problems to problems. God cannot direct you if you don't have a plan. So, if you have a dream, you just write down your dream. Don't worry about the financial. Don't worry about the money. If you want have a dream, you want to build a hotel, right? It's $10 million, something like that, maybe. And God said in the Proverbs 16, so give it to me, and your job is to write, because you have to have a plan. I would like to say this in the religious way, not in the academic way. In the religious way, how come the Holy Spirit leading you, but you're not moving? If you have a GPS, if you have navigator, how come the navigator navigate you in the car when your car is parked? Your car is parked, and then the navigator doesn't say nothing because he cannot navigate you because you're not moving. Okay, that's planning is all about. We're talking about planning. So if you don't have plan, that's what happened to you. So what I'm saying is, you must have a plan in this life. Planning, planning, planning. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Even if you don't have plan, you will fail. Okay, that's very important because this is from God Himself. You have a plan. Okay. So what I'm saying is, so don't worry about the money. I have a plan to build the Kingdom Generation Community Center. I have a plan. I just put the plan. I just put the how it looks like the building, and then the fund is about $70 million. I just write my plan because yes, God just said it here, right? Don't worry about the. I would like to read you once again the Proverbs 16. He said, hold on. Proverbs 16, verse 1. He said, the heart of man writes down his plan, but God gives the reply of the tongue. God gives reply of the tongue. The man just plan, and God give reply of the tongue. It means God gonna supply the resource. You remember this last week? Number 4, the kingdom give his wealth to his citizen to accomplish his purpose in the colony, in this earth. So he gotta supply the resources. He gotta give you according his riches in Christ Jesus, right? according his riches. According, it's mean if God, if my dad, Donald Trump, Donald Trump has $24 billion US assets, so to speak. If according, so I can get all of them. I can get 24 billion, whatever my dad has. But out of, it's mean it could be only $1. So the first set, according his riches, is mean everything God has is yours. It's me. That's why you just have to have plan. You just write down the plan, whatever in your dream. Just write it down. I would like to say one more time, there is no scheme. Okay, there is no scheme is if you want to build the house, right? If you want to build the house, you have to go to the government, to the authority, and you have to scheme. You have to write. You have to have the blueprint. When the blueprint you put in the office of the government or to the federal, and then the federal gotta give you the permission to build the house. If you don't have the blueprint, if you don't have the architect to write it down, the house that you want to build, and then give to the government, you don't get any permission. You gotta build illegal, right? That's why if you don't have plan, it looks like that, your life. You cannot go nowhere. You just flop from job to job. You have to facing same problem. You just round and around with the same problem, with the same people, same headache, every day. Trust me, if you don't have plan, if you don't like this class, this is May, right? 2022. I believe you in 2030, right? 8 years from now, you gotta be the same. You not go nowhere because you don't have any plan. God not gonna bless you because you don't have anything to accomplish. Matthew 7, right? Seek, knock the door. You have not because you ask not. You have not because you ask not. You didn't ask God. You didn't have any plan. God not gonna help people don't help if they don't want to help themselves. So what I'm saying is, this is miracle. I write it down. I'm planning to write my book, Doctor, God, Minister, or Preacher, Liar. So I would like underline what the miracle is. Miracle, right? Miracle is you do the necessary thing and God do the unnecessary thing. As long as you didn't do your necessary thing, God cannot do nothing with your unnecessary. You don't have the necessary thing you do. You are lazy. You don't want to make a plan in this life. That's why you still left what you are now. You are job. You are employed, and discuss what you deploy. You have dominion. The Bible said in Genesis 1:26, right? We learned last week. You have dominion, not dominate by. Dominion is mean you are master. You are control. You dominate, right? You have to control the situation. You're not controlled by them. You control them. That's this class all about. You have to have scheme, right? You have to have something to plan. So I learned something from the big ship, right? The cruise. This big ship has thousand and thousand passengers cruising, and they have a swimming pool, they have bar, they have theater, they have dancing floor, they have disco, they have boutique, they have a shopping center in this big ship. So when you come to this ship and then you come to the captain spot or captain room, you gotta see only the steering wheel only this big, right? And then this ship has everything, thousand and thousand people inside, thousand bathroom, right? Where people buy the ticket and then they have their own room in this big ship, and the steering wheel only big like this. And then one day the captain said, "You wanna see what happened in this ship?" So he invited me go inside the cockpit, so to speak, and then he said, "And when I turn to the right, the big ship is gonna be going to the right. When I turn to the left, and then he gotta go the opposite. He going to the left. But I don't see this when the captain turned the wheels. The big ship just still there. He don't make a left. He don't make a right, or make right. And when the captain showed me, he turned the wheel to the left. The ship stays still. So I just learned this, that you cannot drive the ship stand still. You cannot drive the big ship if the big ship stand still. The ship have to move. You and I have to move with the plan, and then God's gonna direct you. Okay, you understand, right? I'm used to fly for 17 years. I flight with I used to flown with Garuda Indonesia and last Sapati Air for 17 years. And then if you come to the cockpit, to the aircraft, you see there is so to speak, like the wheel, right? And there is another wheel on the captain's side, on the left down. So the first wheel, it's gonna be turn the aircraft when they push back, when they gotta go into when they start the engine. And after that it's still working until they come to the end of the runway. They're ready for takeoff. And after all, the wheel, the captain gonna lift the wheel there, and he start to have another wheel, another steering in the aircraft, right? So we just put the power, have authorization from the tower, ATC, air traffic control. We have permission from them, and then we put the power, and then we just let the the jet engine, push the aircraft going like 200 miles per hour, and then we just rotate another steering wheel, that one, and then the aircraft gonna be take off. You know, I learned, if you there is two wheels, right? One on the bottom left. If you want to fly, if you want to be a millionaire or multi-millionaire, you have to run like this aircraft, right? You have to put your gear, you have to put your power, and then let the steering wheel work for you. And then when you're already on the air, so this steering wheel is not working anymore, but this steering wheel is going to the left or going to the right, is the other steering wheel. So this is the plan all about. I would like to say this, how the plan looks like, right? Okay, I would like to bring you to one story, right? The story is, if you're going to let's say somebody built a hotel, or somebody built what do you say? Yeah, let's say hotel, right? Somebody make the hotel for $20 million, and there is a 21 story or 50 story or 100 story. So first, when you come to this construction, what you see is a debris. There is a block here and there. It looks like you didn't even can can step all the way to the back, and then everything you see only mess because the building is still on the way. The building still built. So whatever you see is only debris, dust, all the blocks, all the steel, right, in front of you. You don't want to see it's like mess. So it's about your life. Your life and my life is like that. Maybe people see you now. You are in the session 5 this class, and then people said, you want to be a millionaire? Look at you. You still borrow. You still live in the apartment. What are you? Are you crazy? What are you talking about? See, you mess up every time. You didn't even can pay your rent. How come you become a millionaire? So, you is like this building, right? This building gotta be built the hotel, but people see only the debris. People only see all the mess around this building. But the truth is, you are ready to build this hotel. So whatever people see on you, you just see, you can tell them, okay, you just see what I'm doing right now. You see all the debris, all the fail. I'm failure all the time. I didn't make it for a couple of times, but I know this debris. This only because the building is still on the way. It's still built, right? So you can understand this. Come forward with this. What the plan is? What this is crazy plan? When people build the hotel building, the crazy plan. The building is not done yet, right? It's still messed up, right? And there is no parking lot, only mud over there, right? There's no parking lot. But if you see in front, there's the board, right? The big board. You can see the hotel is already done. The hotel is already there. Nice hotel. The color is nice. The parking lot. And then they write it down. They make the car parking there in this board. So this board is gonna be, people gotta see this board. But they didn't see the real hotel is still on the way, right? The hotel is still messed up. There's a lot of debris. There is a lot of junk there. But in that picture in front, right? They tell people when they see, don't see the mess up, don't see the all the construction, don't see that. You see this picture. That's you and I. That's your picture in there. When you write down your plan, you write down. That's why God said, just write down what you want. Write down what you dream. And even though people just see you mess up, you just left behind, you have 100,000 fail in your life. You have a lot of failure. Don't worry, that's only the true building still on the way. But God has the whiteboard, the board, that's how the hotel gonna become. You gonna become there. It's nice. Then the craziest things, more crazy than that, right? More crazy than that. The building is not ready yet. And if you see the other information, okay, they gotta say, okay, if you want to 2-bedroom, it's gotta be $90 or $120 one night. If you want the king, Or the master bedroom, you gotta pay or you gotta rent the room $300 a day or whatever it is. They gotta explain, they already sell. That's crazy, right? They already sell the room, even the room is not there yet. What you see is the debris. There is no room yet, but they already put the scheme. The architect already put what's the building looks like, the parking lot, and then all the yard and all the tree. The color of the hotel is already there, but what you see is mess around that. That's what I said to you. You are there. You are on the way to become a millionaire or multi-millionaire. So I think this is all the plan is all about. I just don't want to make it long, so you're just confused. Because if you let me talk, okay, if you let me talk, I'll talk a lot, okay. So what I'm saying is, this class is not you say rocket science. Yeah? You have to know calculus, maths. My daughter, he got like 5 years ago in OSU, Ohio State University, have her bachelor degree, math science. You don't have to be a math science. You don't have to know what is this calculus, math, whatever it is. Make me crazy sometimes. I see. No, you don't have to do. You don't have to do that. Here's the simple things from this class. There's a lady become a millionaire. Okay, this is the true story. I want to close this class with the true story. And then this class is not rocket science. It's not scheme. This class is not liar. But I want to say, God can work this easy. God can bless you to become a millionaire or multimillionaire easily when you have plan. You need to have plan. I want to close with this story. Okay, one day there is a widow, right? The widows with the 3 kids. This widow with the 3 kids, he live in an apartment, right? He live in an apartment with his 3 kids because the husband died, right? Passed away years ago, and then he worked in the motel, right? He worked in the motel at the time, and then suddenly the hotel fired her. I don't know what's the problem. Maybe they downsized because the motel is not, the marketing is not that good, so they downsized the employee. And then this widow, this lady, one of the unfortunate, so to speak, unfortunate employee that they just let her go, get fired. You know, I can understand what happened if it is happened to me. This lady, this widow, going from get the fired, the paperwork that he fired, he bring it out. He cry all the time when he walked to her apartment. He cry all the time. And then when he cry all the time, he see the pastor house is like nearby before he can get to the apartment. He said, okay, I gotta come to this pastor. I want to tell pastor everything, the bitter life that I have. I just lost my husband. I have to feed my 3 kids. I have to pay my rent apartment. I have to find out there is no income because they just fired me. And then he knocked the door. And then the secretary of the pastor opened the door. Yes, ma'am. And then this lady crying. I want to see the pastor. Okay, ma'am, you sit down. Let me see if the pastor's not busy. And he knocked the door. The secretary knocked the door. Pastor, Yes, it's heard from the inside. Yes. There's a lady. She's crying, and then she want to see you. And then the pastor, okay, give me 10 minutes. I want to finish this conversation. And then after 10 minutes, okay, let her come in. Okay, this lady come in with the eyes with this eyeshadow, the black things is all over the face, and his face is ridiculous. His hair messed up, And then pastor said, "Hi, have a seat." And then he sat down. Can I help you? Yes, pastor. He telling like, I just get fired from my workplace. And then now my husband just passed away. I get fired. I have 3 children to feed. I have to buy their clothes. I have to buy them the books for to go to school. I have to pay my apartment rent. Unless I gotta be homeless, they gotta kick me out because I don't have a job. What do you think, pastor? This is my nightmare. This is the really things that I never ever dreamed is gonna be happen to me in this world. Where is God? Wow. He just get mad to pastor and he get mad to God. And then the pastor from the sit down, he just raised up and then he said to this lady, yes, pastor, that's your fault. Wow. That's your fault. And then this lady said, why is my fault? Yes, this is your fault. And then this pastor said, okay, so do you have apartment right now? Yes, I have apartment. Do you have oven in your apartment? Right, oven to cook the cookies or whatever you use your oven in the apartment. Do you have oven? I think my apartment don't have oven but have what they call some kind like oven. Do you have oven? Oven, right? Yes, I have. Okay, pastor said. But the lady is like, what in the world this pastor said? This is my fault. Okay, the pastor said, how many in 1 week? Okay, how many times you use your oven? And then the lady said, once in a week. Okay. How many hours in the 1 day in 7 weeks you use your oven? He said, yeah, I just use like 2-3 hours. I bake a cake and I bring to the Sunday school. And then the Sunday school is in your church, pastor. But he didn't get with an attitude, but inside of her heart, dang, what did you do? I bake the cake. I bring to the Sunday school, I give to the kids free. And still this is my fault? And then the pastor said this, okay, once again, that's your fault. Okay, what must I do? First, pastor said, okay, how much money you have? They fired you, they give you money, right? He said, yes. How much? Yeah, about $150 US. Oh, Jesus. $150. Okay. Now you go home. Stop crying. Okay, stop crying, lady. Go home. This is your fault. You must understand. This is your fault. Go home and buy flour. Buy flour and oil. The whole money, 150, buy oil and flour, right? Flour. Go home and bake a cake. Bake a cake as much as the money that you have left from the workplace. They fire you. And then he said, how about my kid? They have to eat and I have to pay my apartment. Stop argue me. Stop give me condition, right condition. Do what I'm saying. Because you don't have any clue, right? What you want to do. This is my clue. Go home and stop in the store, buy flour and buy oil and bake cake. After you bake a cake, you bring the cake, put in a plastic bag. Okay? How many? You can make 10, 20, 30. Bring it to the workplace that you get fired, to the motel. And this lady is just obeying. He bake the cake and he bring the cake to the hotel that he get fired. And then all the managers here and all the employees, what in the world, this lady coming back is already fired. And the pastor said, give it to them free. So the lady said to the pastor, so free? Yes, give them free. Don't take money, just give them free. Okay, he's just obey because he don't have any clue, he don't have any way out, so he's just stuck. So he just obey what the pastor said. And he give everyone, okay, hi, manager, this is cake. I give it to you. How much free? And he give to the all manager, supervisor, leader, the employee, whatever he bring, he give them all. Okay. And it's happened on Saturday. And he come back home and he sit down, this widow, this lady sit down, and he called the pastor. Pastor, I'm doing what you said. Now what must I do now? I don't have no money. I don't have the money to buy the food, to pay the rent and everything. So what you gonna do? And then the pastor said, okay, just sit down there, wait for the Monday. Okay. And this lady is like, it's not make sense, but okay, I want to follow the pastor because he's pastor. He can talk with God. Maybe this is God say to him the way out. That I get fired, I lost my husband, and then about to lose my apartment, and then okay, Monday, okay, in the morning, like this time, today, this time is my phone. Now is 11:37 in Ohio, 11:37 in the morning, and then, ring, the phone ringing, and then this lady pick up, hello, and then there's the responsibility man talk to him. Yes, do you have cookie? And then this lady, what? Do you have cookie? Yes. Can I have? And then the lady said, when the lady talked to the pastor said, now when they ask you a cookie, tell them they have to pay. Yes, I still have the cookies, but you have to pay. And then from the other side, okay, I need 5 plastic. 1 plastic is like 5 cookies, so 25 cookies. On and on, calling, hello? Yes? Do you have cookie? Yes, you still have, but you have to pay. Okay, make me 10 plastic bag. Okay. So this lady, the week 1, the week 2, the week 3, he got like 5 dozen order, right? 5 dozen order. 5 lusin order every day. And then come up to 3 months, he got like 100 dozen order, 3 months. Come to the years, he have listen this. Come to the years, he has 12 employee, right? He get 12 employee and he had to buy the big oven, like the fabric oven. So he got a lot of order, and then become to 3 years after that happened, right? He got 12 big truck to supply the cookies all over the state that she lived after 3 years. And after 3 years, he just come to the pastor, and after 3 years, he come to the pastor, and then he knocked the door. Hello? Yes, yes, madam. Because the secretary said, "What in the world, this lady? He got the thousand and thousand dress, right? And then the watch is Richard Mille. You know what Richard Mille like this? It costs $365,000. If you can buy 3 houses for $100,000, and one Mercedes S550 is only $100,000. With this Richard Mille, you can buy 3 Mercedes S550, new, brand new 3. And then this secretary said, "Okay, can I help you, ma'am?" He forgot who is he. "Can I help you, ma'am?" And then this lady, he got rich, and then the secretary say outside, "Wow, he got a Rolls Royce. Wow, that's $365,000 US car. Wow. Oh yes, yes, lady, please sit down." And pastor, yes, give me 10 minutes. I gotta finish this conversation. And after 10 minutes, yes, what happened? Pastor, there is a rich lady come here. He got what's like Richard Mille is $365,000 one, and then he got the Rolls Royce outside the car. The pastor said, "Okay, let her in." And then the secretary said, "Okay, madam, see, pastor is ready for you." And then he come, pastor see, who is he? And then this lady sit down, right? 3 years ago. Has been 3 years. Sit down. Her hand like this. Pastor, Pastor, do you remember me? The pastor said, "No." "You remember the lady, the widow that don't have money and cry in front of you and want to suicide, want to kill herself because she don't know what to do?" "Oh, you?" "Yes, that's me." "So, do you have something that I can help?" "No, I just want to tell you, Pastor, the greatest things happen in my life is when I get fired. When I get fired from employee, I have to deploy." This class is all about deploy. From employee, I deploy. "Pastor, now I have a big factory of cookies. I have 12 trucks to distribute my cookies every day. And now I have $10,000 tithe." So he makes one month 100,000. So he pulled $10,000 his money and give to pastor. "I want to give this to you, $10,000, pastor." He write the check. Pastor said, "Oh, 10,000, man. Wow." And then, anything? "Yeah, I just want to say thank you, and this is the check." "Okay, I gotta go." And then the pastor said, "Oh God, give me the fired lady to come to my church and give me the cookies, inspiration for this." So, once again, this class is about management. Management is the highest work in heaven, right? So, you think you are in the apartment and you maybe not that bad like this widow and get fired. The husband just passed away and about to get rid from the apartment. You think you still more than her, right? You see the possibility. If you manage the oven right, that's your fault if you don't manage your money, if you don't have plan. Okay? I think that's all the lesson for today. Hopefully, it's gonna be blessed to you guys. God bless. See you. Bye bye.